can I say? What a week this has been. And what a lot of poetry we have again this week. And some banter. And whatever else comes along. I mean, we're all here for the one thing, aren't we? To pass a bit of time. I'm looking forward to it. I always do on a Sunday to be with you lot. Well, what can I say? What have I got? I've not got millions and millions. I give it all to the girls because girls seem to have a great way of making things happen. Here we are, we're back on again. I went off and I'm back, and I went off and I'll be back, and I went off and I'll be back. Well, what can I say? It just goes off and it comes on, it goes off and it comes on. It just does its own thing. That's what happens when you get absolute abysmal service from your broadband provider on your phone. So, EE, there you go. I will just absolutely have to say it now. Your service is atrocious. I've had 3 pay rises in your costs, and on the third time it got worse than the last 2. Your service is atrocious. Hello, Diane Reed Borges. Diane Borges. I keep forgetting. Hello, Charlotte. Hello, Nina. Hello, Chris. Chris Edridge. Good evening, everyone. Yes, I'm having a moment. Hello, Christine. I can see you up there now. Hello, Charlotte. How are you? Have you had a good week, Charlotte? I hope you have. Hello, Ruma. Hazarika. Wow. Brand new name coming in tonight. I don't remember seeing the name before. Oh, I'm glad it's okay now, Diane. I'm fed up with EE. 3 times they've hiked up the prices. And it just gets worse and worse in its service. It drives me nuts. What am I paying for? Well, I might go to giffgaff. Maybe giffgaff might give a better service. I don't know. I've never been with giffgaff, but it might be worth a bash. There's Chris Edridge. Chris, I've got one of yours tonight, where you will appear as Chris Peaskin. Yes, in the rider frame. Who else have we got? We've got Anthony King. Anthony, I got you tonight as well, if you're in later on. And I have our story, the moral story. And I like this moral story again. I love this at the end of the day. I absolutely love it at the end of the day. It's absolutely fantastic. Shall we get the show started? We've got a few in now. I think we should get the show started. So let's see. Let's get our show started right on. How am I get going with some? God, I nearly done it, didn't I? I nearly steamed up live on air. That won't do, will it, Nina? Unicorn case straight away. Absolutely on my case straight away.
Hello, everybody.
How are you? Have you had a good week?
I have, thank you. Yes, yes, on and off.
Good. That's what we want. Christine, how many did I send you?
8, I think, something like
8.
that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, 8.
8. I got it right this time. Yay!
Yeah, but some of them are quite short. They're not terribly long, so it's not going to be too bad. Be fine.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
You got some new ones, some old ones. Hello, Chris Edridge. Hi. Oh, hello, brother. I see you watching. Hi, Mick. Yeah.
You know, it's funny.
People just names popping up.
This week, he usually comes up in front of me. And his name hasn't come up.
Oh, he's not?
No.
Maybe he's hiding.
Incognito.
Maybe hiding.
Facebook. Wow.
Yeah. Ooh. So how's your week been then?
Canal Customs is another new feature on this tonight. They keep changing everything when you're on this side of the camera. I'm now getting up the whole top and cameras coming up in front of them. Do you know what I mean? Hello, Eva Marie Kegel. I see Eva coming in. Eva's come up on the top as well. And there's somebody called Andreas Kruger.
Andreas Kruger. Hi, Andreas. Hello. Nice to see you here. Hi. Do you understand English poetry? Yeah, I don't know whether he understands English well enough to hear it, but to understand it. But hi, Andreas. Nice to see you. Hi.
You should have said it to him in German.
Das kann ich auch, wenn du willst, ja. Guten Tag,
Yeah.
guten Abend.
Excellent. No,
Yeah.
I don't know what you're saying, but however.
Just saying good evening, that's all. Just saying
Hello,
good
Wendy
evening.
Rycroft. Welcome in.
Hi, Wendy.
Go on then, Christine. I'll let you get us kicked off.
Shall I get kicked off? Okay. I'm going to read the first one then from another one from Alexandra Rodriguez. And this one, well, I'm going to call it Fire. There were two titles here. Fire was toyed, Fire in and out. So I'm just going to call it Fire. I'm sure Alexandra will understand. I don't know whether she's in at the moment. Have you seen her come in? No.
No.
Okay. Anyway, this is a loop poem that you were talking about a couple of weeks ago with Nina. So it's a loop poem. Fire. Blazing sun can start a fire. Also your love divine. Fire inside me is fine. Outside it crosses the line. Line up your rays. Let's assemble our forces. Forces that unite and help to control the mind. Mind over matter. Let's judgment get better. Better to reach a conclusion that is void of illusion. Illusion may invite us to part. Delusion can rip us apart. Apart from you, there is no heat, just a total defeat. Defeat was never my style, as I rise above with a smile. Smile too, so that you will come to understand. Understand it is love, and even love can be tough. Tough people win as they learn with the tide to swim. Swim and control the breath does avoid any distress. Distress might come with the want for revenge. Revenge is for losers. I settle for kisses. Kisses from you leave me nothing but pleasure. Pleasure we give each other as an ultimate treasure. Treasure the fire that is caused by emotions. Emotions kindle the flame of love and warm the heart. Hearts like stars, moon, and sun will not be broken apart.
You know, when I've seen this the other day before I sent it to you, I thought to myself, I like this. I'll ask her, can I have it? And she hasn't spoken to me for quite a while.
Yeah.
So I thought I'll ask her.
All right, okay.
Straight away, she said yes. Straight away.
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
I have Marna
Yes.
messaging me now saying, is the show on yet? Yes, 6:30, Marna. It's definitely on.
Yeah, it's difficult to find it sometimes, John. I mean, I had to rummage around a bit, you know, because you'd said you would be on at 6:30 and, you know, I still couldn't find you. I had to go on to my notifications from Charlotte just saying hello or something. That's I looked on the Dear John page and nothing came up.
No, you didn't.
I've lost you, John.
Did you not go straight into the Dear John show page?
I did, but there was nothing there. So I went into my own notifications when someone had just, I think it was Charlotte, had just said hello to someone and found you that way. So I don't know, maybe people are having difficulty getting in.
God, I'm beginning to wonder why we
Strange. But anyway, we're here now.
Yeah.
By hook or by crook, we're getting there somehow.
God, we got loads coming in, Christine. You got loads coming in tonight.
Great, yeah. You're breaking up a bit my end, John. I don't know why.
Let me try and...
Am I breaking up for you? You're breaking up for me.
It's scorching hot. So maybe it's the phone. When I just... I'll turn the plug off. I'll stop it from charging for a little bit, yeah? I can always turn it back on.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe a bit hot, yeah. Overheating or something, yeah? Could be. Right. Do you want to put the fan? Would you like some fan? Have some fan, darling.
Believe you me. Absolutely. Oh, by the way, congratulations to France. They've won the World Cup.
Yes, I know. Yeah, I thought they probably would actually. A pretty good team, you know.
A good match.
Well. But Britain did quite well to get to 4th place. I mean,
yeah.
You know, very well. I don't think any people were expecting Britain to get that far.
Right, come on then.
I'm losing you, John. I'm afraid you're breaking up quite a lot.
Okay. Go again.
Shall I just read another one? Okay. This is from a lady I've not heard of before. You're breaking up. I can't hear you, darling. Am I breaking up too?
Speaking. I'm not saying a word. Right, go on.
Okay, right, I'll try again. Just let me know if this is not coming through, okay? Because it's breaking up my end quite badly. This is from a girl, Michelle Thomas, that I've not heard of before. And it doesn't have a title as far as I know, but it's quite a positive poem. Count the positives. Don't wallow in the pain of the past. Spending time in all that what ifs this, what ifs that, causing you self-harm. One thing at a time. Choose to be positive. Our negatives will eat you alive. Stop crying in your soup, worrying about everything all at once. Clear your thoughts. Calm your life. We can hold hands for a little while. It's up to each of us individuals to survive.
That was short, wasn't it?
What?
That was short.
Sorry?
Short. Short?
Yes, it was short, yes. Yes, it was short. Short and sweet, yes.
Oh,
Very short. There's a couple of short ones tonight.
wow. Well, I'm not even going to stand in your way.
Is she new to us?
I'm going to let you go straight at it.
Yeah, it's a bit difficult because you really are breaking up here. I don't know what's happening, but are you getting me loud and clear?
I'm getting you loud and clear, yeah. That's the important thing.
Oh, good, okay. Right, well, I'll do another one then. This one is... Yes, let's have one from a man. This is from a gentleman who I think is also new to us, called Dale Warren. Do you know this name?
Yes.
Dale Warren? Yes, and this one's called The Battlefield.
Blood, yeah?
He's what?
He has come into poetry in the blood.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. Here we go then, The Battlefield. I stood alone on the battlefield. In the distance, I heard a cry. Lord, I'm not ready to die. There's so much more I need to do. Send me someone to help me through. So I made my way across the battlefield, asking the Lord to put me through, for I had so much that I had to do. Again I heard the pleading cry, Lord, please help me, for I'm going to die. So across the battlefield I still went. With every step I had to repent. For the cry I heard was within my troubled heart, filled with sin. The battlefield was my life. Underneath a world of strife, the only thing I knew to do was, Lord, to cry out unto you. The battlefield was not a loss, for my Lord is on the cross.
That's a beautiful one. I read that the other day as well, before I sent it to you. I really enjoyed that one, Dale. Absolutely loved that one.
Yes, I did too. I thought it was very moving, very effective. Yeah. So now we'll have, oh, that's another gentleman. So we'll have another lady, another short and sweet one. This is from Janice Fisher, and it's called Intense. The energy of this pull, I understand not. It has a mind of its own. It controls my mind and body. Taking me places to the highest realms, I spin with the intensity of its power. I know its need, giving into it, but its hunger outweighs what I give, draining just enough to pull me in for more.
Janice has a lovely way with words, doesn't she? She has a lovely way with words.
She does.
Yeah. And
she definitely does. Yes, I like that.
Actually structured the same way. They're so easy to read and follow, yeah?
Yes, definitely, yeah. Okay, so what have I got now? Yes, okay, let's have another gentleman. This is from Ken Custance, who I think's with us tonight, isn't he?
He's here with us,
Ken Custance?
Yes.
Yep. And I thought I'd seen his name go through at one point. This is called A Thoughtless Word, and he's put something at the end. The moral of the story: a sharp word does more damage than a dull sword.
Doesn't it just? Yes.
A thoughtless word. Yeah. A thoughtless word. Girl's world asunder. Though seemingly absurd, she can't help but wonder. Was he serious? Was it meant? Was he delirious? 'Twill always ferment. One doubtful word, straight through her heart, a dull-edged sword tore it apart. Hurt to the core of her very soul, an open sore, a gaping hole. Dashed all dreams, shattered life's plan, tarnished what seems this white knight wife's man. Does he love her? Did he ever? As she ducks for cover, dreams dissever. Fragmented futures, lain all strewn, no number of sutures will repair the ruin. A thoughtless word, girl's world asunder. Though seemingly absurd, she can't help but wonder.
Yeah, that was a very feelingful poem. That was emotional to take. It really was. Yeah.
Yes, I really enjoyed that one.
It's a beautiful poem. That.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that one as well. Gorgeous. Yeah. So my next one is from a lady whose name I always say wrong. Sorry about this. It's Jennifer Polonetsky, I believe. That's the right way to say it. The Heart Song poet.
Came right out of my mouth because Jennifer's just come in there minutes ago. Frame, and she's saying,
"Oh, good. Hi, Jennifer.
Oh,
lovely."
In Australia now at the minute.
So she's just saved by the bell then.
Yes, Jennifer, welcome in. I don't know how you do it, girl. And Kathy Wagner Coates. It's lovely to see you here too, Kathy. And Sheila. There's so many in and so many names gone up. It's hard to keep up with it. So go on then, tell us about Jennifer.
Yeah, I can't catch up with him when I'm reading either. Well, this one's called My Guiding Lights, and it's a poem about friendship. I need to take a moment to see how truly blessed I am. I have let myself forget who I am. I have forgotten my strengths. As I ponder my altered ego, I think of not only my own inner strengths, but the strengths of being surrounded by my guiding lights, the ones I call friends. Each and every one of you play a part in my life, like the strong cables attached to a bridge. Together they have held me up when I have wanted to fall. Together they forge a protective warm hug against the winter chill. They dry my waterfall of tears. They sometimes shed tears along with mine. My random lightning and storm clouds are soothed and hushed. They let me reminisce, but guide my thoughts forward. With a gentle hand on my chin, they point me into the future, not the past. They accept that I am a bit broken at this moment in time. They are the glue that holds me together. But have faith in yourself echoes through my ears. This will not crush your spirit or dull your smile. Enjoy the memories when you are ready, is the word on the street. You loved fully. You felt your soul's match for a golden moment. For that, you are blessed. So my guiding lights I call my friends. You are all so very precious to me. I hear your loving voices echoing in my ears. Come on, pick yourself up, wipe those tears, give us that smile. Believe. Love and light to all my friends out there. I feel very blessed.
It's a beautiful piece again, isn't it? Beautiful piece. I love it. And as I said before, because I get the opportunity to read these pieces before I send them over, so I'm quite lucky in a sense.
Yes, I know.
I don't get fully surprised. Yeah. And I'm just looking at Alexandra has just said she's only just popped in quickly, but Christine, nice reading again of the last one, as usual. And it is beautiful reading. It's the beautiful to be read.
Yeah, Absolutely lovely.
Yeah, it's nice.
Beautiful dedication to her friends as well.
Exactly, too true, absolutely. And Eva Marie has to go, so we'll
Yeah.
say goodbye to later to Eva Marie. Yeah, and I mean, again, the poetry this week is absolutely gorgeous.
Yes,
Let me just
absolutely.
come
Yeah,
in
they
here.
always are every week. Lovely.
I've just got
Who
some.
has?
Somebody's just come in. Ian Wilcox. If you like unusual poetry, read my book, Letters to Lodietta, by the visually impaired poet.
Oh,
It's all written there. He's written it all
all
down
right.
on the
Yeah,
front.
interesting. Have to look it up afterwards. Yeah,
Yeah,
look it up
it's on
afterwards.
the comments for anybody who wants to read. So it's been introduced, so anybody can actually see. Right, I'm going to give you a love heart
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
Gorgeous, that one. So go on then.
Have you done it? Have you sent your little heart up?
Ah,
The next name I don't know at all. I don't know whether this is a new person to us. Beautiful name. Bayuza Agrippa. Someone called Bayuza Agrippa. Beautiful
that's nice.
name, but I don't know what country. No idea which country this is from. But
I'm glad I'm pronouncing
anyway,
it.
this one's called My Heroine. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is called. I have been living in wilderness. My life has been barren fields, heart entangled in thick cobwebs. Hatred was my Baedeker. As I led a loveless journey, all along it has been a dog's slice of life. She stepped into my world, drew me from the wild, light and bloomed my dark, burdened heart. Like the full moon light that shines in late night, she irrigated my rocky soul, sowed love and kind, and as a seed from the soil, my feelings too have emerged. She has cleared my path, sat at the wheels and hit the road. As we sail through life, she has urged me to hitch my wagon to a star. My future glitters brightly, like a blossoming evening star. You're the main character in my life storybook.
I love that line.
That's very sweet, isn't it?
Isn't it? Yeah, I love that line though. Hitch my wagon to a star. That's a good line.
Yeah, nice. Huh?
Brilliant that is.
Yeah, it is.
I love
Very good.
extraordinary lines in a poem because it brings it to full life, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, definitely. Yeah, very, very nice. Very interesting observation, that
Good
one.
Alexandra.
And my last, oh, is she going?
Yeah.
Right at the beginning, Alexandra, if you missed it, so you have to have a listen later.
No, I think she's heard it while
Bye.
you.
She's
Yeah.
off. All right, okay, yeah, lovely. Okay, here we go with the last one, my last one.
Yeah.
This is very sweet, from Annie Johnson. From Annie Johnson, and it's called Night's Ancient Doorway. Nice title as well.
Beautiful.
Night's Ancient Doorway. I like that. Yeah, I like that title. Here we go. In my dreams, in night, and you sing to me. In the darkness, I read your hand. Your hand is strong and warm, and your strength courses through me. Night is the time of dreams and lovers. Its sacredness leaves us breathless. Stars are the witnesses gathered to attest the union of our souls, and the light we create shatters the darkness. As the night becomes an ancient doorway, we step through the door hand in hand, to become lost in the breath of infinity and lulled by the songs of the universe.
Love when Annie writes, I really do. And she apologised to me last week when she said it, saying, I'm sorry I can't be at the show. Because the family comes at the exact same time as the show starts, and they're going to sit down to dinner. And I love to know that the family is sitting down to dinner together. It still happens in this day and age. God, it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's lovely.
But
It
she'll
is.
still see it, and she'll pick
It
it up
is.
on the recording, yeah? And she'll be delighted with the way you've read it as well,
Yeah.
Christine.
It was very sweet. I thought that was a lovely poem. Very lovely poem.
It
Yeah.
is.
So I'm done now. I'm all finished.
We're all done already. Wow.
Ripped through
That was good. And now it's
them. Well, I'm leaving time for you guys.
time for us, guys. I can't even find Marna. She sent me a message messages the show started. Nothing else since. And she hasn't turned up.
Oh. Have you just not camera for her or what?
No, it's nothing to do with the camera. She's not in the room.
Oh,
she's not
okay.
amongst us. There you go. Ken L. Cousins has said, John, you're a lefty.
Oh dear, what does that mean?
I have no idea, but I'll be it anyway. I'll be anything you like. You know this, Christine. I'll play
You'll fit in with the crowd. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. Definitely.
Go with the flow.
Yeah.
Oh, big time. Christine, have a lovely week ahead and thanks a million.
I shall do my best. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the banter between the rest of you guys. I'm around for a little while longer, then I have to go out, but I'll be around for a few more minutes. So
lovely. Well, have a lovely night out. Enjoy yourself. And see you next Sunday, please God. If all goes well, have a great week ahead. Have a wonderful night, Christine. See you soon.
I will do my. See you soon. Bye, everybody. Lovely to see you all again.
Yes.
Bye.
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 There's Christine. Read it beautifully again. Absolutely. 8 poems there. God, that's gone really quick. That's gone absolutely really quick. The camera's reversed, isn't it? It goes backwards, doesn't it? Absolutely backwards. Next week, I'm gonna turn on the camera. I'm gonna sit on that side of the table so it looks really right. Well, I hope I can anyway. Tilo, get your butt back up there. Where have you gone now? God almighty. Thank you, Sheila. That's very, very nice of you. God, at least I get compliments off some of the views. But I'm easy. Let me see who I'll get now. I'll just grab somebody random then, will I? Yeah, I'll just grab somebody random. Yeah. Just randomly. Come on in. I ain't got a clue who you are or anything about you, but just come on in. We'll see where it gets us. Come on.
Nice to know I'm random.
Guess what? Myrna's in. Hello, Myrna. How are you?
Hello.
Good to see you. You left that to the last minute.
Yeah, I didn't get.
Now tell me, first of all, let's do our checklist. Have you turned off the TV? Have you turned off the radio? Have you turned off the fan? Have you stuffed the dog? Have you shot the cat? Whew. No, to everything.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to say yes to or what I'm supposed to say no to.
Okay.
I didn't shoot the cat and I didn't shoot the dog. The TV is not on. The radio is not on. And I'm not turning off any fan or AC. I'm sorry. You crazy if you think that's going to happen.
And look at me suffering here. All here suffering with no air whatsoever. Just to be with you on camera.
Oh, well, gee. Such is life. I'm worth it. Don't worry.
You are. Definitely. I'll go along with that. Go on.
Oh, wow. That was too easy. I'm even drinking coffee, of course.
You just got to say goodbye to Andreas Kruger. Andreas, thanks very much for joining us on the show tonight. Really appreciate it. It's always nice to see somebody new come in, Marna.
Yes, it is.
I got a coffee as well.
Yeah. Oh, you got a coffee? Oh, good for you. Thank God I go to a church that makes coffee. You know?
Yeah, you want Irish coffee. Yeah.
Actually, I've had Irish coffee before.
Have you? At church? Well, you would, because ministers and
priests,
they love that stuff, don't they?
Well, I had Irish coffee when I went up to Iowa. One of John's relatives loved Irish coffee, and she would make it. she'd have some. I think she'd have it shipped. I don't know if she had it shipped or she knew what to add to. I don't know. She claimed it was Irish coffee.
Yeah, probably moonshine.
Who knows?
Yeah. Was it nice though? Did you enjoy it?
So did I. Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah. Well, stop complaining then.
You know, the only kind of coffee I really can't drink is like with like some of the flavorings because I'm not sure exactly what's in the flavorings, and I have to be careful because I can't eat certain things.
I know. Horrid.
But anyway, how much of the show did I miss?
I don't like Colombian coffee because they come out and kill you if you don't drink their coffee, the Colombians. You know what they're like, don't you? Colombians are very dangerous.
Actually, that's what actually, I'm not sure what kind this is. I just know it's black coffee. I don't care where it comes from. It's black coffee.
I have some Arabian coffee, Arabian or something, whatever it's called. God, it's quite strong. Mine, it's absolutely quite strong. I mean, I'm sure they give this
I've
to
heard that. Yeah.
the... Wow. Now, tell me,
What's buzzing?
what's buzzing?
Tell you what.
Can you hear that
I
buzzing?
don't know what's buzzing.
Can you hear
Yes,
it?
I can.
Thank God, that means I'm safe.
Not right now. I was hearing it.
Yeah, that means I'm safe. When it stops buzzing, I could be in danger.
Yes, dear.
That's the system that watches me from afar for running the cameras and...
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'll take your word for it.
I know. Hey, listen, how many poems have you got for tonight?
4.
You got
I have
4.
the 2 newbies, and I have the 2 newbies, and I have 2 that, well, the one that you and Nina decided I ought to read, and then the other one, which is one we've read before, a poet we've read before, but I have 2 newbies,
Oh, would you
and
read
not one of my own.
now? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're having repeats tonight.
No, I mean just one that we've read before. The 2 they've been on the show before. They've been read on the show before.
The people have
Not the poems, the poets.
The poets. That's okay. That's not a repeat. God.
Yeah.
You see, get me
not
up now.
poems.
Oh, goodness me.
Oh my good.
You
no,
gotta
goodness, yeah, goodness you is right.
You gotta change the coffee. You've gotta change.
Oh,
Drink. Look, I'm awake, alert. I'm absolutely up to everything today.
I am awake and alert.
No.
I meant that they were poets that have already read on the show.
Yeah, but
I have 2 that have never been read on the show.
Well, do you know what?
I don't have...
leave them and do someone else that you've read before. You don't mind. You can just leave them. I don't mind. It's up to you.
Now, repeat that?
Yeah, if you don't want to read them, don't read them. Just put them aside and read 2 of yours instead or something. You know, it's okay.
Oh, no. I want to read all 4.
Are you sure?
I want to read all 4. And...
You don't look happy.
Well, yeah, I have 2 new...
Oh, you're not looking happy.
I'm fine. No, I mean, we weren't understanding each other.
Go on, then. I'll stop winding you up.
I have 4... Oh, gosh. And I'm not reading one of my own tonight.
You're not reading...
You didn't ask me to.
Are you in protest tonight, or what?
No, you didn't ask me to read one of mine, so I'm not.
Mine.
Besides,
that way. Since when do I have to ask you to read one of yours? It's one of yours.
I know, but I don't want people to get tired of me reading my own poetry. So there. I'm here to read the words of others first.
That's a great question, Charlotte. I've been wondering that for the last 15 minutes. But I can't
But
afford
anyway, do you want me to?
them. What's your first one?
Okay, do you? I'm going to start with the. I'm going to
New.
start with the newbies.
Yeah.
Okay. And the first newbie I have is a poet named Jeff Oliver. And I got this from another group that we're in. The poem is titled Happily Secluded. You're going to love this one. She wishes she could get away from everyone and thing. She hates this world and what it's become. She'd rather take the ones she loves and run. Somewhere vast, somewhere quiet, somewhere where the past becomes silent. Swinging on that tree in the moonlight with nothing but love in her sights. Happily secluded, free of this world, everywhere where her ruins shine like a pearl. Happily secluded, away from this world, where dreams can be seen for miles, where nightmares come with a smile, where no one can find her to tear her down. Happily secluded, without a sound, swinging so peacefully on the swing on that old dead tree, under the starlight, with only the sounds of her dreams, embracing the moonlight, and only wonderful things where the past can't find her, without a trace, loving every moment of this secluded place. Happily secluded, free of this world, somewhere where her ruins shine like a pearl. Happily secluded, away from this world, where dreams can be seen for miles, where nightmares come with a smile, where no one can find her to tear her down. Happily secluded, without a sound. Her dreams are here. She has no fear. Everything's so crystal clear. There is no one here to cause her tears. Only her dreams, the only thing near. Nothing here. There is no fear. There is no one. There is no one here. Happily secluded, free of this world, somewhere where her ruins shine like a pearl. Happily secluded, away from this world, where dreams can be seen for miles, where nightmares come with a smile, where no one can find her to tear her. Happily secluded, without a sound.
You were spot on, Mina. Absolutely beautiful. And you absolutely nailed it. Beautifully read. Absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
You are most welcome, my dear.
I'm going to be honest, that's one I read it the first time and I didn't practice it because I wanted that one especially to just come the way I was reading it at that time.
Well, I'm sure it did because it sounded fantastic.
I did not
Oh, beautiful.
practice that.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't practice the next one either. I didn't practice the next one either. This is you're going to love the last name. Did I what?
Hello, Trisha McCord. Welcome in.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
You're going to do the next one?
Yes.
One.
Now you're going to love his last name. That's all I'm saying. This is written, this is a friend of mine from the website that I moderate, and we've
Yeah.
been friends for a long time. And I'll put it to you this way: I call him Sugar Brat. He calls me Cutie Darling. Okay, just saying. We're very good friends, very, very good friends. His name is Tom Capolongo.
What?
I love his last name. Capolongo, Capolongo, Capolongo. That's his
CAPO.
last name,
Joe.
Tom Capolongo.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a
The
mouthful.
name of the poem is, I know, tell me about it. Because I had to ask him. I knew what his last name was, but like I had never written it down because he was always Tom or Cutie Darling or, Buddy or friend, whatever I wanted to call him. And I had to ask him his name. And when he said, I said, whoa, spell that for me. It's like, please. But you're going to love this. You're
Go
going to
on.
love this. And he wrote this poem for a challenge that I was actually hosting. And I gave the phrase that I wanted used. And the phrase I wanted used is shores of promise. And this is what he wrote. Evermore, as I step on the shores of promise, I look ahead. Shall I write down my moments to be later read? Have I the time? Shall I put them on cassette? Not to speak out loud, nothing to be said yet. Can I recall in a flash incidents so many, isolated, strung together? Remember any moments, those pieces of my time? Some moments last forever mine. Our moments make our life. As we live, our life exceeds the moments we give. Collect moments. That's what they are for. They become treasured memories evermore.
That is absolutely gorgeous. And we do, don't we? We collect these
I
moments.
know.
Absolutely wonderful, that. It's a beautiful piece.
He is, you know, and I'm going to be honest, he won the challenge. I could not resist because that was, and he writes some of the most beautiful stuff. And when I asked him if I could do this, I mean, he calls me on the phone and he's going, "Oh, Cutie Darling, I'd be so honored." And yes, please, I would just be so that you asked me if I would allow you to do it. And I'm thinking to myself, I said, dude, well, of course I'm going to ask you. But he was so humbled and honored that I asked him to read that if I could read that.
Oh, that is beautiful. That's
That's the
absolutely,
kind of
yeah, absolutely wonderful. As we said before,
that's,
Marina, it's a pleasure for us. I'm awake, Nina. I was just listening to the poem. I was meditating during the poem. That's all. God, she gives out all the time, doesn't she?
that was, yeah.
There you go.
And the thing is that when I love the way he used the phrase and the shores of promise, and then he's thinking about all the moments. Can he, just she put him on a cassette or whatever? Because I mean, back in our day, that's what we had, just to remember him later. And I'm thinking, wow, he nailed me with that one. I was like, okay,
Absolutely gorgeous, that one. Was that one just took you straight in, didn't it? It just took you straight into
yes,
yourself.
it did.
Yeah, absolutely into yourself.
That's what I'm gonna read him. I will read him again later on, after a few weeks, because you will see it when I read him later on. That's what his poetry does. I mean, he just writes the most. I mean, it goes straight to your heart. I mean, no matter what the subject matter is, it goes straight to your heart. That's just the kind of poetry he writes.
Well, do you, when you're contacting the poets, do you do what I do, Marina? Do you do it exactly what I do? I write them and then about when they when they're not saying yes to you or something, you just pay the bribe. Do you do the same? Just give the bribe, like put the check in the post. You know, just say yes.
Yeah. No, it's funny
No.
because all the people that I've contacted, they were so honored that I would even ask them, that it was an automatic yes. I mean, it was like it didn't matter. Like some of them, are not, I don't even have as Facebook friends. And it didn't matter because the thought that someone else would hear their words and that I'm the one that I wanted to read their words. That was enough for them. And that just, it honors me, it humbles me that they trusted me enough to let me do that.
Yeah, I'm the same. If I
So it
from some, I don't get many as
it's
yourself.
gift.
I don't get as many as you or Nina
Yeah,
because
it's a gift.
most of the ones I get over to Christine, of course. Yeah. Hello, Dale Warren. Nice to see you.
Yes.
Watch me go. Let's send them over to Christine. So I'll get about 2 or 3. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can send me, like I said, you can send me whatever too. I don't mind.
Oh, brilliant.
Because sometimes it's hard to find, those ones those new ones, because most of them that are in my groups have already been read here before.
How many
Every
groups
now and then I
how
stumble
many
across what
are involved with Marina?
one, two, three. Well, okay, of course yours. Then one, two, three, four
Yeah.
others. So five, or maybe
5.
six. Sorry, six.
That's a good array, actually.
And and here's what I do, and it's hard to do sometimes, but I very seldom post the same poem in each group. I did it this past week. I did post one poem, I think, in 2 of the groups, and that's the one that I sent to you, that I in the form that Heather Hazlitt helped me name, because I didn't have a name for that. I never written one like that before, and but that's very, very, very seldom do I do that. So I go back to old poems and I find poems and I share them, a different poem in the group. So it's not the same thing, that if they're in other groups, they're not reading the same poem over and over.
Yeah, it's,
That's what I do.
just said just now. Um, it's very surprisingly flattering to be asked if my poems can be shared. I mean, it's like that for a lot of poets, even myself. I mean, there a few weeks, Marnie, you were taking some of my poems, and I've always said I didn't want my poems read. It's not to highlight me or my poetry. This is to bring the poets together into one place, along with the readers, along with the viewers, and make friends of everybody.
Well, yeah, yeah. Well, that's why for me, I mean, you asked me to. Well, I know you love the one about poetry's best. Well, I love poetry's best too. That's one I wanted to share because I knew that everybody would get a giggle out of that one. But other than that, it's not about me sharing my words. I'm going to share the words of others.
Yes, I
But
think
I'm going to tell you what, whenever you and or but when you and Christine surprise me and somebody reads one of mine, I wish you could really see the look on my face,
oh,
because I'm like, oh my
because you guys
God.
have done it to me, Marna. So I know exactly where you're coming from. It's a beautiful feeling. It really and truly is. An absolutely beautiful feeling. It's so
It
warm.
is, especially it's I will never forget when Christine read His Creation, because I did not know that you guys were going to read that. But then I had told you whatever you wanted to read of mine is fine. I didn't care. And when Christine read His Creation, I was in tears over here because she read it so beautifully. And it's one of those poems that meant so much to me. And to have it read, I mean, it meant the world to me. So,
Wow. And it's like Sheila said
it
just on the
does.
front there, apart from it being personally flattering to have one's poem read out, it's lovely to hear it in someone else's voice outside of your own head. Yeah.
Hmm.
Absolutely, totally. Who's your next one?
One of the sweetest things that ever. One of, my next one is one that we've read before. It's by David Wagner.
Yes?
This one, I'm telling you, like I said, it goes into a totally different direction. So be prepared. It's called Bronze. Not bad, but it's just a different direction. Far traveled 10 from Afghanistan. Cooper from twisting green rock veins on island Cyprus. Alloyed 1 to 7 by a smith. Kiln melted, bronze redly ran. Poured molten in the mold. Pulled forth a sword. Chased bronze. Hunters wield spears and shields of silver, while golden lions roared to lay on the dead Grecian king's breast.
I say.
I know. All I could say was, wow. You know?
I don't, honestly, I'm stuck for words. I don't even know how to address it. It's lovely. It is a lovely piece. It's one of those
You know,
pieces that's not, um, it's one you've got to read. I'm going to look forward
typical.
to seeing this in print when we, after the show,
Yes.
put it on.
Yeah.
It's one of those pieces. Me, yeah.
Well, that's when I first read it. Is when I read it again. Well, right. I mean, and also too, um, I read it to my grandson and my son-in-law, and they got it right away. And the reason they got it right away is because my son-in-law especially, it reminded him of his time in Afghanistan and Iraq, and that even though it was the Grecian king's breast they were talking about, and of course now they don't use swords and stuff and shields of silver, but it reminded him of what it was like being in a war zone.
Yeah, I got
That's
one
what
of those.
he took out of
It's one of those, if you read yourself and you're taking the words in, I think you get the bigger picture, yeah?
Yeah, but I will yes, when it's posted, you will I think you'll get a better understanding of what he's saying. I just love his work because I said, I never know ever what to expect ever.
That's
I never know what
hello,
I do, and
Sharon
I love that.
Angel. Love Dark. We've had Sharon on before. We've read Sharon's poetry, yeah?
Yeah, yeah, and I'm saying hi to everyone. It's just where I have the phone, I can't see it from where I'm sitting to see who's coming in. So hello to everybody that's coming in. I'll catch up later on comments. That's how it goes for me.
It's okay. I'll drop you a hint
I
now and
can't
again.
do both at huh?
I'll drop you a hint now and again. I'll tell you. Such a body's in.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay. No, I was gonna say, like talking about reading, having your poetry read. One of the
Yeah.
sweetest moments I've ever had was when I gave my daughter a copy of my last book, and my granddaughter's opening it. She goes, "Oh, Mama, I'm reading Searching," and then she read it out loud, and just the sweetest voice, and she read it, and yeah, I almost burst into tears because she read it like she wrote it. I mean, it was amazing.
Oh, beautiful.
I know, and that's a memory I'll always have.
I'm just looking at some of the
So for my
comments going up, Marna, and
next,
there's been a couple of comments. Dear John Show Anthology. So Anthony King, I think it was, and Kennel Custins We're talking about a Dear John show anthology of poetry. It's amazing what can be brought up in subject, isn't it? when we're in the middle of
Mm-hmm.
something. Yeah. I, know that- I don't know. Somebody wants to make an anthology of the Dear John show. Well, what can I say? I think that's a
Yeah,
very big
collect-
for all the poets. It's how good the poetry actually is that comes through this show.
and wait, I saved. This is going to be my last, but it definitely isn't least, and you know which one I'm talking about.
Yes.
It's the one that you and Nina ganged up on me, but I'm so glad you did. I'm reading this and I'm like, I don't even know if I'll be able to read this the way it should be read, but I'll give it my best shot.
Oh, I know it's going to be your best shot. I know it's going to be better than that. And tell us who has written this one.
Debbie Clint-Smith.
That's the lady.
That's the lady. The name of the poem is Morning Star. And here goes, and I got my fingers crossed here. Morning Star. I was there that night. You fell from the sky. You sank into the ground like water. Life like a thousand moth. Let me start over. I got tongue tied. Morning Star. I was there. Shut up. Morning Star. I was there that night you fell from the sky. You sank into the ground like water. Life like a thousand moth wings. Falling in a languid slow motion. Silent as drifting ash. I reached out for you. Hollow bones, fragile and blue. I could see you were one of those beautiful things that falls in love with itself and lives on forever. My soft, bright star of the morning. While I watched you fall, time stood still, showing me off your secrets. The stones surrounding me murmured their names, the names of their loved ones, the names of their enemies, those gone for 100 years, those gone a day. A cacophony of destitute loneliness, singing their souls through the air. This was what the dead mnemonic leaves whispered. Wait, yeah, no, mnemonic leaves whispered, sorry, to me in the storm so long ago. But I didn't understand. You lay there like a delicate spider web, floating on liquid silver, the full moon still illuminating your way. I knew the world would fall in love with you, a beautiful antidote to our humanity. In the human world, you must choose your loyalties carefully, you said. Your words, the essence of blackness, capturing the light of the stars, leaving no trace of my memories behind, a dark pouring of inky liquid glass, consuming the earth as she spread a bright blue thread of love around herself. The name for agony is awareness, you said, as I sat there carving your words into my skin so I would never forget them. For I believed you then, and I believe you now. The crypts surrounding us slowly grew to form a celestial city, a forbidden wonderland for the spirits of the wind and water, the earth and the air. For that is what we become in the end. The stones formed into monoliths that reached into the clouds, writing the story for future generations. I have told you many times before, what you see is made up of what you cannot see. So if you want to understand the universe, look deeply at the invisible, in that airy space between what is real and what is imagined. I dream of water.
Ooh, yes. Oh, yes. You know what? I've just
I
watched you
hope I did.
do that poem. You have actually lived it. You've
Yes.
lived your way through that
You
one.
notice when I got to that part, right? I know my facial expression changed when I got to that part. And you know what part I'm talking about.
I do, yes, I do. But,
And because when I read it,
but you embraced it so well.
of course.
You embraced it so well. You really did, Marna. Absolutely embraced it.
Well,
My
the
screen
one
is
thing that I realized after, go ahead.
Come on.
I said, what, because when after my vision surgery and my vision was improved so much, I realized that all the imagination that I had depended on was really spot on. And I don't know where that came from. I really don't. But when I read this and it said all the things you cannot see, and look at the universe, but you got to see the invisible. And
Yeah,
and when I read that, I'm like, oh, that's what I was doing the whole time. That's why I so embraced that part into my heart, because that's what I did. Now I'm getting emotional because
I know.
that's what I said
It
when I read that.
does
Glad
that
y'all let me read it.
when it hits a spot like it has hit a spot with you, yeah. We're lucky you're there because you give us the advantage of hearing it firsthand what the poem's intention and meaning is, yeah, and how it reaches somebody. And you're a classic example of somebody who has been reached by this piece, yeah. And you've read it.
Thank you.
What?
And I got through it.
You did get through it, and that
And
surprised
thank you.
more so than it surprised me. Nina
And
Thilo,
I got to
you've
thank
done it
Nina
again
for,
this week. I'm not saying a word. I'm not going to get on her case this week, Marina. She knows what she's done. She's had a
no,
green
because
card on.
he's the one,
She has no camera now,
because
Marina.
she's the one who,
She's
I
just
know, but she'll read this. Oh, shoot. She'll watch the show later.
yeah. She's gotten rid of her camera
She's
again.
the
She
one
did
who
it
found,
each week.
well, she's the one who found it. And she's the one who um, suggested that I read it.
Yeah.
So, what can I say?
Then she's gone off. She's gone off out of the way. She took her camera away again. She's like the kid that takes the football home, isn't she?
Did you want me to read one of mine?
Yeah. You read one of yours.
Okay. Okay, well, this one here, um, don't think I've read it on the show before. I may have. I'm going to ask you if you remember it. It's called Imagination Spirit. Do you remember that one?
Imagination spirits. I don't think so, but I'll know after the first couple of.
Imagination Spirit. Okay. Um, I'll tell you a little bit about it. Um, I actually won a poetry contest. Um, first place actually. And if you think I wasn't shocked, wait, this is with the blind organ. Oh, and I am going to be getting some poems from them. Some of the members that are in the blind organization that I'm president of the poetry division, the writers division.
Yes.
Yes, I am good. Yes, I am going to be getting some work from them.
Wow.
And you will never, ever, ever guess that these were blind writers. But never know.
Wow.
But I'm going to read this one real quick, and then I'll let you get on to whatever you got to do.
No, I can't because I've
But
got
this is one.
Nina. Go on.
Okay, but this is one that even because when we judge the contest, of course, we don't know who wrote what. That's why, because I'm the president and I get the entries, I couldn't judge this year. So all I could do is going, God, I hope that one wins. I hope, thinking to myself, I hope it wins. I hope it wins. And the one that I wanted to win did win. But when I posted this one, and I didn't find out until right before convention when they announced it, who had won, and I saw my name, I thought they had made a mistake. Okay. And one of the girls goes, when I realized it was Myrna, she goes, my jaw dropped because it was so different than what I usually write. But it's one of those that, you write and you can't believe you wrote. You know what I'm saying?
You indeed, yes. Well,
But
give us.
this also kind of, but this one kind of goes with what Debbie wrote in a way about the imagination, and you'll understand what I'm saying. Imagination spirits. I am like the moon, rising within ripples of midnight, floating upon waves of deep blue anticipation. I am sky's temptation, in crystalline dress, and dreams that tease and cajole, words to touch, caress and quench, thirst in starlit fire. I am a familiar face and an unknown entity, a footstep left behind and one waiting to be taken. I am imagination's spirit, candid yet secretive, bold yet demure, painted in vibrancy and on blank canvas, singing poetry's music and exploring its silent pause. I am flawed and I am perfection, sipping slowly of creativity's wine, allowing myself to spill my truth into the ink of time, bathing in the glow of revelations found in words which tell my story. I am like the moon rising.
Wow. Man, that is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Wow.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for reading.
And it's not because I want. Huh?
Thank you for reading it to us.
Oh, thank you for letting me. It's one of those that you write and you can't believe you write. And it is one of my most favorite poems, not because it won a contest, but because of what it says to me. Because imagination is what has fed my life. It's what's, fed my thirst for being creative. It's fed me everything.
Yes.
And I will always be grateful. I will always be grateful.
Most of us with these
being given. Yeah. I was given the gift of a very vivid imagination, and I will always be grateful for that.
Oh.
Although I wish now at some that I could just use my imagination, because really seeing a spider is not my idea of fun. Imagining it was a lot better. If you guys knew how fast I will run a spider, a lizard, a cricket, a grasshopper, yeah, you would
And
laugh.
every single one of them is about 1,000th of the size of us. Could you imagine how they feel when they see the size of us?
Well, they're probably laughing their wings off when they see me running from them.
Yeah,
I'm
jumping up
sure
on
they have a
the chairs
good
and
time.
the table. Yeah.
Ants don't. Oh, and wasps too. I mean, I used to be. I would hear the wasp and I'd stand like perfectly still, like frozen, let them fly by me. Now I see the darn things, so I'm doing the ducking thing like everybody else does.
Come in, Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Wow. Awesome. Oh
Well, I
my.
read that. That's a very special poem to me.
Yes, definitely. And I'm sure it'll be very special to a lot who have heard it out there tonight. Definitely. Absolutely, definitely.
I'm sorry that I made a few mistakes.
Never, ever on this show does anybody apologize. There's nothing on this show to apologize for. Everybody does everything for each other. Yeah?
Yes. Oh,
Exactly.
most
You,
definitely.
no matter what, you still read it beautifully, intently, and emotionally, and as one word would say, with such great empathy. Yeah?
Thank you.
You're most welcome, Marna.
I don't know how I got through some of them, and even ones that were a little out there. I understood what could have been put behind it, and that moved me. But I'm telling you, I don't. When I read "Happily Secluded," I went straight to the heart. Then I read Tom's, that went straight to the heart. Debbie's went straight to the heart, and David's did too. Because, like I said, I got the idea of where that was coming from, and it was like, oh my gosh.
Marna got all of the heartfelt poetry this weekend, guys.
Oh my God, I know. I'm like, I'm not gonna go look next week because I don't, gosh knows what I'll find. I'll need some of your tablets after, if I do this again next week.
Oh, it's okay. Next week when I go to the doctor, I'm going to get another pack, so I'll send you some.
I
No problem.
take enough. Thank you.
You can have one more. You've only got to take one a day.
No, I take enough already. Take enough tablets.
Do you? You
Yeah,
sure? I
because
might share with you, Marna.
I have diabetes.
But you have high blood pressure.
I have that too. Not really high, but high enough. I mean, it's high enough they won't go ahead and. But
Well,
here's what
that's
they
what
did.
he's bring it down.
Well, yeah, but wait a minute. This is what they did. He gave me a high blood pressure med, and then he upped it when it got a little bit higher up. And it's still not bad, but he upped it and he put the fluid pill thing in it. So now, because I take diabetic meds, I have to know where every restroom is in town. Okay, I'm just saying. Because, like one of my quotes said, like it's when you gotta go and you realize there's not a restroom in sight. You
Yeah.
know,
Then it's
mm-hmm.
Marna, Mississippi.
Huh? Mississippi.
Mississippi, Marna, yeah.
No, it's Louisiana, Myrna.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm from Louisiana.
Oh. But
I'm
the
from
Mississippi
Bayou
is the
country.
river, isn't it? If you don't find a restroom.
Yeah, well, there's always the bayou. I mean,
Yeah, true,
just
true.
saying. What do you think them shrimpers and boaters do? You think they go and find a potty when they're doing they're out fishing? No.
Not a
Yeah,
chance.
I'm a Cajun. I'm from Bayou country of Louisiana, where gumbo is made. That's me. I'm from that area.
That's you, Cajun
And
cutie.
yes, and I do understand French. I do understand Cajun French because it's a little bit different than Parisian French. I understand both. Um, my grandmother spoke only French, but she understood English. I spoke English and didn't speak French, but she spoke to me in French and I spoke to her in English, and we had no problem communicating.
Well, I don't know what I speak, but you still understand me.
Yes, I do. But I can't do the British talk well, but I try. But I can do the Scarlett O'Hara.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yes, I can. And I'm not from Georgia, but I do it.
Oh,
Mississippi is kind of like that. Mississippi, not quite. Yeah, but Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, they tend, and the Carolina, I mean, they tend to have a different kind of Southern. We're like a mixture of English, Spanish. I mean, I don't know what all we're mixed with.
someone has just said I speak gibberish.
I can do that.
Yeah. Well, you understand it well if I speak it.
Exactly. And here's this. I read Braille, but not with my fingers. I read it with my eyes, which is a no. You're not
I
supposed
can
to.
feel dot 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 dot.
Well, it's yeah, but the dots all they're in a symbol and they mean something.
I know. I just don't know what they mean, but I can read it.
Yes, dot 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 dot.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it? It's like Morse code, really, except there's a
Oh,
dot back.
yeah, yeah. I call it like shorthand that you got to read with your fingers. So
Don't tempt fate and ask me to read with my fingers. God knows what I will read.
I can't. I mean, I only learned it that I could communicate with my friends during our break from school when I went to the School for the Blind, and that's the only reason I learned it because I had vision, so I read large print, and but I learned it so I could write them, and they would type to me on their typewriters. That was before computers, on their typewriters, and send me that. I would read that, and I would write to them in Braille. And someone asked me, "Would you know how to read it?" I said, "Yeah, with my fingers." I said, "But you don't want to do that at the blind school. You don't want to be caught doing that because your hand will get slapped."
Yes.
Yeah, because you're supposed to read Braille with
Marna,
your eyes.
Marna, I better go and find Nina Thilo
Go find Nina.
because I'm getting scared now that I don't see a camera. Yeah?
Yeah. I'm sorry I kept you so long.
Screen on this side is frozen. I can't go down or up or anything else. So I don't know what's happened. I'm scared of
Okay,
the
well,
Marna,
thank you
thank you
guys.
so much for your poems this week. They were absolutely beautiful.
Thank you so much. And I will
And
catch up with any comments later on.
please God, have a lovely, lovely week ahead.
You too. I'm not now next on the 25th, I go for my eye checkup. So everyone keep your fingers crossed that everything is still going well.
Oh, beautiful. You let us know how you get on though.
Yeah, I will, and I'll let you know if I'll be driving. Ha, no, no, never.
Mine is taking the chopper
No,
out
no,
tomorrow.
no, no, no. I'd be the first one off the road. Are you kidding me? No, no, no. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
No,
But I'll go be looking for some poems for next week.
please God. You look for your poems for next week. If I get one or two, I'll send them over to you, yeah?
Yep.
You get a look at them, tell me whether you want to read them or you don't, but you'll always say you do anyway.
I'll
'Cause you
read
don't.
whatever you send me. You know that.
Mine, I have a lovely week ahead. I
You
look
too.
forward to seeing you next Sunday, but I look forward to catching up with you during the week.
And try not to get too hot, okay? I
It's just,
know it's hot over there right now, but yeah, it's hot here, but at least we're getting rain every now and then. So
oh, it's okay. I will have this tan for the next 2 years. I'm okay, me.
okay, see you all later. Bye, y'all. Y'all have a great week.
You too. Take it easy, honey. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Now, I'm really worried here at the moment. I really am. Very, very, very worried. And I don't know if it's because my phone has overheated. But Nina, honestly, there's no camera there for you. I have one for everybody else that's in there. but I don't have a camera for you. And I think it might be because my phone has overheated. So let me see if I can get this screen to move. I can't even get my screen to move, guys. I really and truly can't. Look, turn my camera around, but won't make my screen go. Oh, there it is. Now it's back. Now, Nina, are you gonna bring a camera with you or not? I don't know what you're doing. God, there's billions and billions and billions of stuff going on down through the show, and I have no idea. Oh my God. No, you're still not in, Nina. Have you gone out? I reckon she's gone back out again. What I'm going to do, though, I'm going to keep things going as much and as well as I can. And I'm going to go on and I'm going to read a nice little poem from Chris Peaskin that I said I would read earlier. And I love this little poem. This is a little beauty, this is. And I know I'm going to go on and off the camera for a minute until I get things steadied up. Now, Nina's gone out and come back. Let's see if I've got you now. I'll go on to the other side of this camera. Look at that. Would you believe it? Facebook again catching up. Would you believe it? I might be able to get back in and do this now. Well, let me see.
Hello.
What are you doing, camera? I'm going to hold it in my hand, Nina. I really am. I'm not going to put it back into the holding.
No, mine's really hot as well. Everything's overheating, isn't it?
Oh my God, mine is absolutely on fire. I mean, it's even born in my hand holding it.
God, that's not good.
It's really bad. It really and truly is. But here we are. I have one from Chris Peaskin tonight. I'll get on to you and I now in a moment.
Yeah.
And we can badger each other and banter with each other. But I'm going to do Chris Peaskin's poem because it's took me a while to get to this one. It's called Whispering. I don't know if you've read it in the group.
I'm a little bit behind with the group, I have to confess.
I won't say nothing. But you're doing great. You're doing brilliant.
Thank you.
No problem.
Brownie points.
Here we go. Whispering. What is it that the wind is whispering as it tickles by my ear? I try my hardest to listen, but its secrets I can hear. Is it trying to warn me of something I should know, a memory that I've forgotten on the shelves of long ago? Did it steal the skeletons from the library of my dreams, deep inside those vaults of all my nightmare screams? This whispering tormentor rummages through my mind, dusting off old cobwebs for lost miseries to find. The wind can blow its petulance, its howling and its roar. Me? Well, I'm not listening because I've heard it all before.
Like that. Oh, what a great ending.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Chris. Wow.
Yeah, very good. Love that one. I like all Chris's writing anyway. It doesn't matter what he puts out. It's always interesting to read.
Very, very.
Yeah.
Listen.
What?
Listen.
What?
You and I, before we get into doing our banter and everything else, let's get this out of the way because we've talked about this practically all week, haven't we?
Oh God, hang on a minute. Can you just preempt me? Is it something I'm going to want to be on camera for?
Well, I hope so. You said, yeah. Well, I mean, when we talked about this, this is seriously for the audience. This is you wanted to bring this out for the audience. Do you remember? You look confused.
Well, we talk about an awful lot of things during the week, don't we? Let's be honest. It could be it could be any number of things that we've discussed.
But it's but it's just one thing. You said we should bring this to the audience because I think the audience should be included.
No, you've lost me.
You've not even made a note of it, have you?
I've been asleep since then.
Oh my God. I can't believe this. Do you know what it is?
No, clearly not. Come on, spit it out.
I know a song that'll get on your nerves. Get on your nerves. Get on your nerves. I know a song that'll get on your nerves. Get on your nerves. Get on your nerves.
God.
Did that get on your nerves?
I've started a beast, haven't I? I've unleashed a monster.
Wow, I thought I'd never get that out.
I don't know how you remembered the words. You've been practicing all week.
I've been replaying the video of Joe Pasquale.
Right, hang on, because you told me off last week because I cut you off mid little chuffer trains. So sing the whole thing now with the sound effects, like you did to me down the phone.
You know what?
What?
I can't.
Yes, you can.
It's left the station.
No, sing it, please, because it was lovely with the little sound effects, both verses. Come on.
I can't. There's loads of people there. I can't sing it in front of people.
Sing it.
Only because you want to hear it, innit?
Yeah.
This is my favourite song ever, this is. And I'll sing this until I'm 97. And if I live till 98, I'll sing it till I'm 98, right?
Oh, go
on. Down at the station early in the morning, see the little chuffer trains all in a row. See the engine driver driving his little engine. Chuck, chuck, psh, psh, away we go. Choo, choo. There you go. And it goes on, and it's like that one. I know a song that'll get on your nerves. It goes on and on and on.
Yeah. No, it's lovely. I love that. Okay.
Wow.
I was actually crying down the phone the other day when you sang it.
Hey, listen, can we put that in the Dear John anthology that Ken L. Custons was talking about?
What, the video version, yeah, if you like. I don't think it'd work as a poem. Oh my goodness me.
Hello, Romeo Delaval. Nice to see you in here, Romeo.
Are you all right now? You've got those out of your system?
Yeah.
Lovely. People are going to wonder what on earth they've tuned into again. Oh, it just gets weirder and weirder.
As Dale said, all aboard the crazy train. You might as well come aboard, guys.
You're the driver, I'm the soaker. Yeah, everybody's got.
Oh, are you going to give us one? I mean, a poem.
Yeah, okay. So I have a new lady. Yeah, she is new to us. Poppy Silver. What a fabulous name that is. But I do believe that she's got a different surname because if I'm not mistaken, she got married yesterday. So congratulations to Poppy. And this...
Oh, I'm totally disillusioned.
Why? Another one bites the dust. Is that one off your list?
I'm just scraping it off now.
There's plenty more females out there. You'll be fine.
Do not contact. I've just wrote it down now.
Okay, yeah, yeah. No, Dale, Nina really mustn't sing. Nina can't sing.
Nina sing. Have you never heard Nina sing? I've heard Nina sing.
He has. It's not nice. It's not something anyone can be inflicted upon.
I see the clock again on the 25th.
How many blood pressure tablets you got left? Not enough.
Not enough.
Not enough.
I even have an inhaler to go with it now. This is what you've done to me.
You love it. Right. So this is Bamboo Man by Poppy Silver. Not anyone could claim her heart in a world of one-night stands, shallow seekers without keys. She saved her love for the one who could open all her doors without fear of her seasons or the wildness abound in her. The day she saw him, lonely and hidden, she knew her soul had been sensed as he listened to Bamboo talk. It is said that ghosts roam such a plant, yet seers know it is the wind that makes the eerie sound. She wondered what made him run away to such beauty in fertile lands. Then self-reflection whispered, he's like me, a wanderer with a dream. His aura cleansed her in such a way she felt only reverence, past lives of connection. His eyes lured her deeply. His expressions pursued her, coiled around a fierce and visceral ache. Then he spoke in confident tones. One day you will shoot like a rocket. Your roots are just growing now. Such words paused her world. There were no boundaries or walls. Since that day, her heart has belonged to the one who opened her doors with prose. He talks of jungles, trees and fruits, exotic lands he knows are home. I know now why he ran away, to find comfort in nature's cradle. He is the reflection of me, the siren of my salvation, with eyes that speak softly, lips that perfectly shape promise. He is my bamboo man, giver of knowledge, passion of my furnace, all that is sacred and honest, the fire to my hearth.
Wow. Oh,
Incredible.
you kept that well to yourself.
I did,
You
didn't I?
really kept that well to yourself. You
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
I've never.
Here, John, let's do a crossword. You keep the packet. Absolutely fantastic.
I am never ever telling you what I've got to read again because you're a sneaky what's it. But that one was just amazing. There was a lot in that one, a lot of feeling, a lot of imagery. Actually, I mean, I just thought it was incredible. I've seen quite a few of Poppy's now, and I could have picked any one of them. To be honest, she's one of those where it's just like that one, that one, that one. Yeah, brilliant. Loved it.
So the next time we have Poppy on, it's not going to be Poppy Silver.
I think, well, I don't know. She's changed her name to Poppy Ruth, but I don't know if that's just her middle name at the moment, because I know the gentleman that she's married has got a different surname to that. So I don't know. We'll have to ask her, won't we?
Yeah. Go on then.
Have you got any more?
Me? I got nothing. I have nothing. I have nothing.
I know nothing. He's a rat.
I know nothing.
He's a hamster. Did you only have Chris's?
Huh?
Did you only have Chris's?
No.
Have you got any others?
Yeah.
Right. Read one then.
No. Because then I'll have no others.
Lightweight. Okay.
Hey, lightweight. Lightweight, you said? Yes, you just called me a lightweight. I got Christine 8, didn't I?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not lightweight. That was heavyweight. That was.
Yeah, but that's giving them away. That's not you reading them.
Oh, I'm good at that.
I know you're good at that. Pass the buck.
Oh my God.
Okay. This is by Peter Davies, who I think we've read a couple of times before.
Who is it?
Peter Davies.
I'm just getting all the names down.
And it's called Requiem for the Heart, or sorry, for the Human Heart. The cut lilies have been cast into the dirt. No rain that falls can hide their wilting sorrow. As the
Trying to phone me. Can you start again, sweetie?
Yeah.
My phone went out. Ruth tried to phone me. Ruth, if you're watching the show, stop phoning me.
Oh, okay. You got cut off.
Sorry, go ahead, Nina.
That's okay. The cut lilies have been cast into the dirt. No rain that falls can hide their wilting sorrow. As the world it turns towards another day, our time too short for anyone to ever borrow. A lonely candle burns to keep love company within the tomb of a million broken hearts. Forests burn to ash as if promises we made. Lightning strikes in flame as the red ocean it parts. The church walls crack, bleeding out our prayers. No miracle today, as the child is left unborn. Genocide is raging just behind a veil of truth. Scripture torn as young dreams shattered and forlorn. A burning bullet bites but does not leave a scar. Our skin becomes a desert to all man's blinded eyes. Who kneels before the night remembered hills, crying tears of blood beneath dusk dying skies. The priest bows his head and walks quickly away. Footsteps Elephant, like trees once cut down, our trembling hands touch the stillborn poisoned birth. A requiem for the broken human heart, eternity, passions spent in paradise destroyed. Alleluia to the naked ape who never did belong. The roses have long lost their scented pride, graveyards abandoned, too forsaken to ever fill. No resurrection into the womb of Our Lady's light. We kiss the golden cross and embrace the final kill.
Wow. Oof. Oof. I know Peter from writing for over a few years now, from a few groups I've been in, yeah?
Yeah.
And I love the depth of his poetry can be absolutely sublime.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Really
That's very hard hitting, very heavy stuff.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Food for thought, a lot going on in there again, wasn't there?
There's so much going on in there, yes.
He's made reference to so many different things, and actually in part you kind of, when I first read it, and I mean absolutely no disrespect to him at all, but when I first read it I thought it felt kind of disjointed, it jumped about all over the place, and then I read it again slower and I realized that it all pulled together. So it was my misinterpretation of it. And when I read it again, and I read it much slower, and I gave myself time to process it, I realized how cleverly drawn together it was actually.
Yes.
Yeah, incredible piece.
Oh, you've read it brilliant. Absolutely, you've done a great justice there, Nina.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I do try.
What you do?
Touche.
Touche away.
Touche turtle. And then we have another new lady to us, Cornelia Mattioli. And it took me a little while to...
Beautiful name, that.
It's stunning, isn't it? What a fabulous name. I love the name Cornelia anyway. It took me a little while...
How do we spell her second name?
Mattioli. Oh, it's like we're doing one of our crosswords again.
Wow. I'm going out to order one of them tonight on the way home.
You're going to order a Mattioli, aren't you?
Yeah. There's an Italian place up our way, yeah?
Lovely. No, beautiful name.
I hope she's not Swedish.
Sorry?
I hope she's not Swedish.
Don't know, actually. I'm assuming Italian, but we don't know, do we?
No, we don't.
This is a very short piece, but again, the description in it is incredible. It's not titled. I couldn't see a title, so this is by Cornelia Mattioli. For all that we must endure, from the inkwell that writes the darkness, for which there seems no cure, hold tight to your light that lies within. It shines, a diamond in a sea of coal, the flowing fabric of your soul that stirs the breeze and nudges even the tiniest seeds to grow. Grow flowers, my child, grow love, and know you will endure this chapter unfolding. Don't give up the light you are holding. Though dim it may be, it shines,
Wow.
Isn't that sweet?
Wow. Isn't that just... What? That's an uplifting piece.
That's exactly the word I had in my head. Yeah, very uplifting, and it's
the little uplift from that one is absolutely beautiful.
That's one of those ones.
Wind beneath your wings. You know when you get that lift.
Yeah, that's one of those ones you could probably memorize and keep in your head. One of those little short, sweet ones that you could know. Yeah, really lovely.
You put that in your mind over and over in bad times, couldn't you? Really, truly, just get yourself perked up a little bit. Wow.
Normally, I don't like repetition in poems, but I think the repetition of it shines really works. Actually, it punctuates it.
What the repetition is related to, doesn't it?
Yeah, and in this instance, it punctuates it. It's kind of like the chorus in a song, isn't it? Really. So, and it brings it back round again. So yeah, really nice one. Love that one. And then we have another new person, and this is, and I'm going to apologise in advance because I am 100% certain that I'm going to mispronounce their name. It's Mwaniki Thombi.
Can I ask you to spell it?
MWANIKI IKI. And then thumb with an I on the end. Thumby. I love that name, actually. I think that's cool.
As if you're pronouncing it right.
Mwaniki Thumby. I hope so. And it's called Desire.
10 letters.
May I inquire that it touches my soul as smoke from her lips rises, fancy billows in successful rings, that in it I see shapes, a touch of heaven, Da Vinci's masterpiece to my face, that as it fades, disintegrating as dawn to light, dew is to warm morning sunshine. Then I touch the sky, I taste heaven, inhale a gasp of wonder, shut my eyes to the obscurity only veiled to eye, and I focus on her, her to whom ripples induce desire.
That is lovely. That is lovely.
See, punchy again, isn't it? They don't have to be long, do they? I mean, that's
You
just
know what? I want to go to the pound shop now and buy some smoky lips.
smoky lips.
Yeah, on fire. Now that was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, a lot of lovely,
I love her name as well. That is an absolutely beautiful name. That
lot of
is.
lovely description in there again, wasn't there? So yeah, fabulous. Loved that one again.
Wow.
Yay.
Don't
And
have
then,
to keep an eye on you
why? What have I done?
for where you're picking all these up from, all these beautiful names and lovely little poems. And are you one of these insomniacs that does this during the night, like, and it's gone by the time I get up tomorrow?
I am an insomniac, but no, I don't spend my night looking for poets to read. I just, you know where I go hunting anyway. It's no surprise to you.
Oh, it's no secret. We know where we both go hunting mostly.
Yeah,
So we can find something outside, which is becoming harder and harder and harder.
They
I mean, like I said before, I do 27 groups in the week that I go through.
Yeah. 27. Good grief.
27 different groups, yeah.
That'd make my head hurt.
It would if you went to where I went. Go on.
I don't want to go where you went. So this
No, you
is...
believe me, you don't.
This is oh God, I can't remember her name, but she writes as A Healing Heart.
Say again?
A Healing Heart.
Is the poetry name?
Yeah. Well, that's how she writes, I know. And I apologise to her. I will put her name in when we put the poem in the comments. But she does write as A Healing Heart anyway, so it's you know, it's not wrong. And it's called The Swing. Sweet nooses firmly wrapped around a limb, a stationary place to let life pass me by, a waiting place created for you. I sit and wait and bask in the sun and feel the breeze upon my face, until that day when grace walks up behind me and pulls at the rope I firmly grip, to lovingly pull me back, to turn my face and find the lips I've longed to kiss. A slight push and pull as I glide through the air, a smile upon my face and your whisper in my ear, to feel your hands slightly push and pull me back into you, to feel your heartbeat in rhythm with mine. One day will I no longer long for that smile, that kiss, that touch, but until then I will sit here on my swing, feeling my world change, letting myself be free, waiting for that day when your love propels me into the journey we have craved for. One day, all will be right in the world as the nooses we grip become the home we seek.
That's some description, isn't it?
Good, isn't it? Clever. Very clever. Yeah, the push and pull love. Yeah, yeah.
That's a few points tonight. There has been some fabulous write-offs into the finish of the piece, and you know you've not come across something like this in any other poem before. They've made it their own poets, and I love that. That is that's creativity.
A lot of them tonight, actually, I've noticed, like Chris's one and couple Myrna Red and what have you. They kind of right at the last line is the punch, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it obviously builds up, and then it literally, I mean, it's punctuated by that last line, and that's very clever. I like that.
Oh, I love that because it drives the whole piece home to you, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Oh,
it ties it up
rounds
in a little ribbon, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you one anyway. I'm gonna give you Anthony King.
Yeah.
He's my next one. Yeah, I like this one. This one is called Young, and maybe I like it because I used to be young as well. I know it's hard to believe, so don't go there.
I didn't say a
But
word.
you don't have to. The eyes say it all.
I'll put dark glasses on next week. I haven't got any here. Hang on. Oh, hang on.
Well, do you want to be handful too?
There you go.
Oh my God, Yoko Ono, eat your heart out. Is John coming out? John and Yoko, hey, there's a good one.
No, Penfold and Danger Mouse.
Where's Danger Mouse gone?
Here. I'm Danger Mouse.
Oh, hello, Danger Mouse. Good to see you. Didn't recognise you with your glasses on.
Yeah, right. Go on.
Right, this one is called Young. I have to get serious now. You ready?
Oh, yes, yes.
Young. I woke to greet the morning sun, so bright, warm and gold, giving homage to the one above, for the things I love and hold. I've had my share of heartache, with bridges left to burn, for smoke still lingers in my mind as my path took a different turn. For who am I to lay such blame? The deeds that have been done. I need only search within myself and remember I once was young. Isn't it amazing? We have to get to a certain age to remember we were once young.
Yeah, quite sad, really,
And
isn't it?
we condemn so much on the way of the youth that's coming up behind us. We put them down, we kick them, we ridicule them.
Yeah, I remember.
And God, we were probably some of the biggest AHs that ever were that walked in shoe leather or
When I
rubber.
was a child, I remember thinking, I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to say that. I'm never going to be like that. And then when you get older, you find yourself not only mimicking your parents, but your grandparents. It's like, oh, God.
Exactly.
I've
Yes.
walked into my grandmother. And that's not a good thing, believe me. No.
Yeah, when we're 3 years old, we want to grow a beard and a moustache so we can go for a drink, you know? Then we grow a beard and a moustache and we don't want to drink. What's it all about?
I remember clumping about in my mum's shoes. I mean, they'd only got a little heel on them, they're like that, but I thought I was a catwalk model in my mum's shoes, you know. I wish. Oh, God. Yeah.
Wow.
And
I never
then
went around my mum's shoes, though.
Sorry, say you didn't wear your mum's shoes?
Around my mum's shoes now.
That's not what I've heard.
Well, what can I say?
Nothing. And this one, I'm not going to give out who this one is because I want this one to be guess whether it's male or female.
Female.
So at the moment, I'm not going to give a name and I'm not going to give a title either. I'm
Male.
just going to read a poem. John.
What?
Shush.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were asking me to guess.
Right. There stood an empty cottage down the path not far away. I was told not to venture there by night or not by day. But I felt the cottage calling me, yes, bidding me to come. My mind and heart led the way, and down the path I run. The cottage held such mystery locked behind that old door. If only I could find the key, the mystery would be no more. I peered through its windows, but only blackness did I see. When I peeked into the letter slot, 2 eyes peered back at me. I stumbled and ran down the path, my feet now bloody and sore, leaving behind the mystery held beyond that old door.
Ladies and gentlemen, male or female? That's a lovely piece, actually. I like that one.
Yeah, I love that.
I do like that one, yes.
That's like the
That is
opening
beautiful,
to a
that.
story, isn't it? That's the
So
setting
who
for a
wrote it?
story. Yeah,
Who wrote it?
yeah.
Yeah, who's the author?
Not telling you. I'm going to read another one and come back to it.
Two weeks ago,
Yes.
we read a poem from somebody who wasn't named male or female.
No, there's
Was
no
not the-
we. You did.
Was
You
was
did.
never named at all.
No, because you kept forgetting.
Well, ladies and gentlemen that are here that were there at the time, I'm going to take you out of the darkness and I'm going to fill you with light. Isn't that very poetic, isn't it? I feel like Shelley now. I really feel like Shelley. Take you from the darkness into the light. I'm going to fill you with Candlewatt. Here we go. Candlewatt. That poem was written by Christine Barker.
The one 2 weeks ago was, yeah.
Yes. By the way, female was the answer. Come on.
Female. All right then. I'll let you into a little secret. It was our gorgeous Charlotte. Our very own Charlotte.
Charlotte sent that one in.
Yeah.
Whoa. Why is my phone telling me it needs charging and it's on charge?
You're all over the place tonight.
I know, I can't tell, but I forgot to bring my carrier with me, didn't I?
Yes, it's a glitchy.
My holder.
It's a glitchy program tonight. Anyway. And then my last one is by a new lady. She messaged the show, I think, didn't she? And again, I apologize if I mispronounce this. It's Nasiha Samin. And it's called A Lone Shadow. And I think I'm right in saying that Nasiha writes English is her second language.
Yes, what's her second name?
Samin, S-A-M-E-E-N.
Thank you.
A Lone Shadow.
Charlotte.
The evening drags on, timid glow of naked dangling bulb. Blizzards creeping on dull walls. Half a century has passed. A moth, a wing broken, weights down with lifelong discarded dreams, curdling into sour, bitter regrets, dragging the regrets in an iron cast. Glass tumbler decanted of dreams, yellowing, residue of what once was sparkling liquid. A lone shadow moving like dream in abyss, trapped in the poison passion of what could be. Been angry for so long, does not remember. Everything he feels has betrayed him. A boy's trauma never let a man grow, engulfed all who cared, swallowed him all. Crying for the time lost, a lot less remains. Unaware of them, slipped quietly, souring into fragments of unknown pain. Time stands there smiling with tears in eyes.
Whoa. I think Chris put a nutshell there, didn't he? Such metaphors.
Yeah. There's you very much read between the lines with that one. Yeah. I'd like to know actually. I'd like to speak to her and see what the idea was behind it actually, the poet's perspective. Yeah, I think there's a lot more going on in that one than we realise.
There is a lot more. She sent me the details of it, but I'd rather you get it from herself. In the email.
Oh, so you know?
I'll actually forward you the email, yeah? Or did I already forward you the email?
I have no idea. You send me many things during the week. Most of them I ignore.
I know. God, thank goodness. You're deep.
And you lose everything I send you, so we're quits, really, aren't we?
Exactly, too true. Yeah, I just have a habit
I don't want to know what your habit is, thanks.
of losing things.
Oh, okay. That's all right then. That's okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
alrighty. It's all right,
You done?
Christine. My fan might be as rich as yours, but here we go. It's paper. I've got to sew this, stitch this together, don't I? Should have done that earlier. I'm absolutely sweating cobs here. I'm locked
Oh,
in
we
the room.
don't need to know. No one needs to know
Honest
that.
to God. I mean, I'm only short of a straight jacket here, Nina.
Oh, I'll send you one. I know your address. I'll gladly send you one.
Have you any more to read?
No, I'm done.
Why?
What do you mean, why? I think
Is that
I've done
it?
enough. Is that it? Well, I can read you one of mine if you like, but it would take me a second to find something.
Well, I'll read. What I'll do is I'll read the moral story, and we'll finish with a poem tonight. How is that? We'll finish with one of your poems.
Do you
That
want
sounds
a
good.
serious or a funny?
They're your poems, Nina. What do you fancy?
I don't know. Audience vote.
That's
The audience.
brilliant. Sheila, you said serious or funny, and Sheila put down yes, please. Do you want tea or coffee, Sheila? Which one do you want?
Oh, I'll find something. You get reading.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
This is called The King's Painting.
Okay.
Painting, not panting. Painting. There's an I in this.
Yeah. I'm not the illiterate one.
Once upon a time, there was a kingdom. The king there only had one eye and one leg. But he was a very intelligent and kind king. Like this fella already.
Okay.
Everyone in his kingdom lived a happy and healthy life because of their king. One day the king was walking through the palace hallway and saw the portraits of his ancestors. He thought that one day his children will walk in the same hallway and remember all the ancestors through these portraits. It's hard to stay quiet, it really is.
I know. I can see what it's doing to you.
But the king did not have his portrait painted due to his physical disabilities. So he invited many famous painters from his and other kingdoms to the court. The king then announced that he wants a beautiful portrait made of himself to be placed in the palace. Should have called for a magician, really, shouldn't he? Let's see. And any painter who could carry out this should come forward. He will be rewarded based on how the painting turns up. All of the painters began to think that the king only had one leg and one eye. Well, they were right because he did. How could his portrait be made very beautiful? You're gonna love this. I absolutely love this. It is not possible. And if the portrait does not turn out to look beautiful, then the king will get angry and punish them. So one by one, they all started to make excuses and politely declined to make the painting of the king. That's typical of artists, isn't it? Absolutely typical of artists. Sorry, I've got to read the moral story, okay? I'll let me freak out when it's over. But suddenly, one painter raised, there's always bloody one, isn't there? But suddenly, one painter raised his hand and said, I will make a beautiful portrait of you, which you will surely like. The king became happy hearing this, and the other painters became curious. Surely did. The king gave him permission, and the painter started to draw the portrait. He then filled the drawing with paints, Finally, after taking a long time, he said that the portrait was ready. All of the courtiers, other painters, and other painters were curious and nervous, thinking, how can this painter make the king's portrait beautiful? Because the king is physically disabled. Don't you hate narrow-minded people? I hate narrow-minded people. Sorry. Now I'm after losing me thread. What if the king didn't like the painting and got angry? But when the painter presented the painting, everyone in the court, including the king, were left stunned. They were left stunned. I should have wrote this in blue. It's in green. I can't see it. The painter made a portrait in which the king was sitting on a horse on the one-leg side, holding his bow and aiming his arrow with his one eye closed. The king was very pleased to see that the painter had made a beautiful portrait by cleverly hiding the king's disabilities. The king gave him a great reward. Moral of the story?
Oh, there is one.
Oh, there's a moral to the story, definitely.
Good.
We should all be positive of others and ignore their deficiencies. We should learn to focus on the good things instead of trying to hide the weakness. If we think and approach positively, even in a negative situation, then we will be able to solve our problem more efficiently.
Done?
Done.
You can't help yourself, can you? You just can't read.
Let me put it this way. Let me put it this way. Don't
Yep.
give it all that. I mean,
Yep.
have a look at this. Have a look at this, right? I'll put it to you this way, right?
Okay.
If you had Marilyn Monroe on the left-hand side, and you had the
Yeah.
king with one leg and one eye on the right-hand side,
Yeah.
right? 99 of the painters would have said, I'm painting her.
Yes.
And still one would have put his hand up and said, I'm painting him. As soon as we stop being PC, the world will be a better place.
Did you see Sheila's comment? At least they
Great
don't use
moral.
half the paint.
What?
At least they'd only use half the paint.
Yeah. Yeah,
Not the
exactly.
Sheila.
You
Bad.
mean you don't use half the paint on Marilyn Monroe? She was always
Bad.
naked.
Bad audience. Oh my goodness me. Lovely moral story, John.
We gotta get different moral stories because these ones get me so wound up with political correctness and ups and downs and overs and unders.
You get wound up reading children's nursery rhymes. There's not much I can do about it.
I know, but I mean, hey diddle diddle, come on.
Let's yeah, let's not go there, shall we? Right. Do you want me to do
But that's
one
the
more?
moral story for this week. And do you know what I forgot to bring this week?
Your brain? I don't know.
What do we
No.
usually do every week? We have the moral story and what else?
A quote.
Yeah.
You haven't got
Thanks,
any quote.
Marna, for forgetting the quotes. Thank you, Marna.
Don't
I'm not
lay
taking the blame here, you know.
don't lay it at Myrna's feet. We spoon feed you all blooming week.
Right, Nina. I'm under orders from Chris Peaske and Edridge. Read.
Yes, sir. Okay, so this is, I'll tell you the story very quickly before I read it, and then you'll get the idea. So my mother-in-law, bless her heart, came to me and asked me if I would write a poem. She belongs to a ladies' choir. It's the Hemmingford Ladies' Choir. And she asked me if I would write a poem about the Hemmingford Ladies' Choir for their Christmas meal, which I dutifully did. And she thought it was hilarious. She loved it, but the committee turned it down. I don't know why you know, but here we go. This is the Hemmingford Ladies Choir. Ladies of a certain age on a Wednesday morning gather to harmonise their dulcet tones and generally have a blather. Melodic sounds reverberate from the Free Church at St Ives, but trying to keep the girls in tune brings Lindsay out in hives. Anna on the piano has them rocking in the aisles. Sopranos, altos 1 and 2 belt tunes out wearing smiles. But on the verge of fever pitch crescendo on the cards, a whistle from a hearing aid throws everyone off guard. Their tunefulness in disarray, the choristers gain composure, and once again a euphony has calm descending over, until a sound from up the back creates a new furore. There's 2 who've fallen fast asleep and let rip with a snore. In unison, they puff and blow. Their rhythm is astounding. A fanfare full of grunt and wheeze is off the walls resounding. The front row pick the volume up to mask the echoing tune. Their lyrics interspersed with snorts, the MD starts to swoon. A helpful soul brings forth support. She wheels her Zimmer frame towards the sagging MD, but her mission is in vain. He's hit the deck before she's even left the starting block. With glazed up eyes and sweaty brow, the ladies watch him flop. But come the evening to perform, the girls will do him proud. To raise funds for a new church spire, they'll captivate the crowd. With seasonal compositions sung in perfect lilting tones, all dressed in black, how rude of you to say they look like crones. And I don't know why they turned that down. I can't possibly imagine.
Do you know, I have no idea why the president would turn that down. No. What was the president's name?
The one, it was the Hemmingford Ladies Choir. Yeah.
Was the name Zimmer?
Humour.
Zimmer frame. Yeah.
I could have made it so much worse. I could have made it so much worse. I thought it was politically correct. What?
I'm disappointed. You see what Marna has written back to me? You
What?
didn't ask. I mean, you didn't ask.
Oh, for a quote.
People sending presents to each other of send me a quote or whatever. Now I have to ask. I've got to go down with my cap now and ask for quotes.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So yeah,
What happens if that painting turns around and the other leg isn't there? It's unfair, isn't it?
Perhaps he only gets half the money.
He'd be gone by now.
Do you want another funny to finish off?
Come on. Yeah.
Right. So the old, the stories that your parents tell you, like if you stay like that, that if the wind changes, you'll stay like that, and all this.
I love that. Yeah.
So these are kind of little things that we've all been told as children, and we've no doubt told us.
Over here, Charlotte. Charlotte said it frozen. You can see, can't you?
Your picture has frozen, but your voice is still there. So it's probably the best of both worlds, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a little quick one called Eat Your Crusts. My dad said I'd got too much lip. I looked at my sister and brothers. I've got one at the bottom and one at the top, the same as all the others. The very next week, my granny announced she's got eyes in the back of her head. But if this is true, then why does she wear her glasses round front instead? When my auntie came at Christmas time, she looked at Dad and me, then mumbled about apples not falling far from trees. I went down to our orchard, kicked an apple in the grass. Well, she was wrong. It flew next door and smashed their greenhouse glass. Whenever I pulled a silly face, my mum would always scold. If the wind should change direction, you'll be like that till you're old. I looked at Great Aunt Gertie with her wonky eye and wart. She must have been in Gale Force 10. Well, that one's true, I thought. I was told I had to eat my crust. They'll put hairs on your chest, Gramps said. Well, he must have been right. They were under his vest, but apparently not on his head. Should you ever feel the need to share an old wives' tale or two with your children when they're growing up, make sure one thing you do is consider very carefully which ones are for the best. To this day, I still won't eat my crusts for fear of hairy chest.
Yeah, the old crust will put hair on you all right, wouldn't it? You wouldn't
Yeah.
have a teeth in your head. But yeah, what's the crust? You're all right. You're flying.
It's
Absolutely.
all of
I
those,
just
isn't it?
thinking there, the aunt or whatever, whoever it was, with the
Yeah.
wart on her nose, the wonky eye, was she related to the king?
I reckon. Perhaps she's of royal blood.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I thought
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, she must be, mustn't she? Anyway, yeah, just a bit of
Oh.
silly nonsense to square off,
Next,
really.
I'm gonna bring a real moral story. I think that one was just made up. I think that somebody just made up. There's no way there was a king that was painted like that.
Well, I think if it had been read without interruption, it might have had more impact, but hey.
I know, but I had to question it on the way through. I don't get much of a chance to question things, you know.
You
I mean,
do
when I say
at the end with everybody else.
I can't
But
because
no.
I forget what the start was by the time I get to the end. Good Lord Almighty. You're asking for miracles, you.
Well, we live in hope, don't we?
Oh, don't be just.
We live in hope. Right, that's us done then.
Nina, you're absolutely brilliant. Are we forgetting anything, or hey, we got to give another great call out for the week show last week. That was a brilliant audience last week, wasn't it? The
I
numbers
think
just kept going on and on and on.
Yeah, I think it's something like 1,078 views last week's show had. So absolutely incredible.
Absolutely wonderful. I mean,
Yeah.
again, it's all down to the poets and the work they supply.
Yeah.
What they give to us to read, and absolutely fantastic.
I did kind of trip myself up though, because when it was getting up to like 850, I said if it reaches 1,000, I'll strip off and run naked round the garden. And it went over 1,000, didn't it?
Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, I will be putting the video up onto this in attachment.
I'll clear the cul-de-sac if I
After
do
the
that.
show.
No way, Jose.
Oh, yeah. But again, it's been a wonderful week. We have a lot of new people after coming in with likes and follows, and things are growing.
Yeah.
And as we see tonight again, we have another lot of new names. If I go down that list there, there's lots of new names.
Yeah, absolutely.
Read. I mean, we had Romeo the Valiant tonight. I think Romeo wanted a poem read that he had sent in on the comments. We can't do that, Romeo. It's already a set show. And otherwise, we'd be here all night and until tomorrow, still reading at 3 o'clock in the morning. We read people's poems as they in onto the comments.
We have to know what we've got in advance. Yeah.
There is a procedure, isn't there? And we use this procedure religiously. We don't make favorites for anybody or anything else. We will come across your poetry. It just we've got to do what we're doing in order to get to where we're going.
It might not look like it's organised, but to a certain degree, we are. He's not, but you know, we try.
Exactly. Yeah. Listen, the rest of the team are brilliant. If you can just ignore me and get on with it, you'll be in a happy place.
No, we need you. You're the captain.
No. I'm not coming next week.
No, you're the engine driver, remember?
Up, down, station. Yeah.
Do it again. Go on, just to round off.
I'm coming next week. Since you leave me as the engine driver, I'm coming next week.
Do it again. Do it again, please. Once more, please.
Okay.
Please. Go on.
I know a song that'll get on your nerves.
No, not that one.
Get on your nerves.
The other one. Do the little engine.
Down at the station, early in the morning, see the little chuffer trains all in a row. See the engine driver driving his little engine. Chuff, chuff, psh, psh, away we go.
Nice. Oh, that is so sweet. Oh, I'm going to be in fits all night now. Thank you.
Oh, Nina, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Marna. Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you, Christine. And thank you, all the poets that have been here tonight. And you know what? I'm going to give you a bonus, guys. I'm going to read all your names out. So a big thank you to all the poets for tonight. Alexander Rodriguez, Kim Michelle Thomas, Dale Warren, Janice Fisher, Ken L. Customs, Jennifer Polonetsky, Agri Papa, Annie Johnson, Jeff Oliver, Tom Capolongo, David Wagoner, Debbie Klingelsmith, Marna Dupree Badgero, Chris Peaskin, Poppy Silver, Peter Davis, Cornelia Mattioli. I'm not going to...
Go up, do it.
Naniki Tombi, A Healing Heart, Anthony King, Nasiha Samin. I'm missing somebody in between there, and Nina Thilo, of course. So I missed one. Who did I miss? I
don't know.
didn't. Charlotte Rains.
Charlotte.
With the
Charlotte's...
mystery, wasn't it? Sorry,
Yeah.
Charlotte. Charlotte was the mystery, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was the mystery.
Oh, total mystery.
Mm.
Everybody, thank you all for an absolutely magnificent night. Nina, thank you for all week for putting this together with me.
You're very welcome.
We have, as I said before, and I will continue to say it, we have a team that just loves working together, just loves putting things together. And we have an audience second to none.
Yeah. And, you know, everybody reads differently. I'm sure some people prefer, you know, certain voices and what have you. But as much as possible, we'll try and rotate the poets because we think it's only fair. You know, it's like I said, we love Debbie's pieces. I'd read one, you'd read one, Christine had read one. And I knew that Myrna would make it sound absolutely incredible.
And she did.
You creaked.
Sorry.
I said to him, right, you're not going to come downstairs, are you, or go upstairs? And he went, well, it's highly likely. And I said, no, look, it's just over 2 hours. You don't need to come upstairs or go downstairs. What's he just done?
Because I got a shit wife.
Honestly.
I know. It's a man thing.
It's something.
Yeah. You better believe it.
Thank you everybody for joining us. It wouldn't be the same without you guys, the other side, putting all your comments up, enjoying being with us. It makes a world of difference, obviously.
Well, Kerry P. Naquin has just come in. We say goodnight to Kerry. Kerry is, my God almighty, my spoon has literally, I swear to God, I wish I could have caught that on camera. My spoon is on a cabinet across the way. I'm going to turn my camera around for a second. Over there.
Oh, did my spell work? Has it just
right,
left?
you can see the microwave. My spoon was down in front of the door of the microwave.
Right.
It's now down there on the floor beside the fridge. It just shot across the room.
Yeah.
I wish to God I could have caught that on camera.
Yeah,
I really truly did.
My
Wow.
my spell worked.
Hey?
My magic spell worked.
No, it went on the floor. It didn't come this way. Thank God it didn't come this way. I better say nothing. The kettle will come flying.
Yeah, fork in the forehead.
Yeah. We have a fork in the road.
Right, say goodnight, John Boy.
Nina Thilo, good night, John Boy. Have
Everybody.
a great night. Nah, Papa. Love you loads. Have a great week ahead. And
Thank you, love you.
we'll do the American, the short, the easy, and the cryptic, okay?
We certainly will.
Have a great night, Nina.
Thank you,
Good
lovely,
night,
and you.
Have a
Bye.
great week ahead, buddy. And I'll see you all again next Sunday. Good night, Nina and Charlotte. Guys, have a wonderful week ahead. Love yous to pieces and look so forward to this. Good night and God bless everybody.